up, I was obsessed with romantic comedies, not just because of the love story. They'll never say no to a dramatic airport chase or a rain-soaked confession of love, but because of something that always tugged at my heart, the best friend. You know, the one who is always there, cheering the main character on, giving brutally honest advice, making her laugh until she cries, and being her rock when things fall apart. I always look forward to college thinking that's when I'd meet her, my real-life rom-com best friend. I made great friends, had amazing memories, but year after year, I couldn't shake the feeling that I hadn't quite found that person, the best friend for a lifetime. And then in my junior year, in walks Mariana, a senior, beautiful, effortlessly cool, and then even worse, smart. Like really smart. And my very first internal thought was, oh my God, I hate her. You know, just a little friendly jealousy. But it didn't take long for that to completely unravel. Because the second you spend time with Mariana, you realize she's also kind, thoughtful, hilarious, and down to spend hours digging through the racks at TJ Maxx or scrolling through Facebook Marketplace for a good deal we definitely don't need. And because she was an introvert, I eventually had to force her to be my friend. Eventually, life took us in different directions. Mariana moved to Madison, and I was still in Iowa. But instead of growing apart, our friendship only deepened. Mariana was there for me through the best and worst times of my life, and by that, I mean my 20s. If you know, you know. She became my sounding board, my voice of reason, my personal hype woman, and occasionally my therapist. To this day, there isn't a piece of clothing, decor, furniture, or man that I haven't run by her approval first. And honestly, her track record is pretty solid, especially on that last one. Even my life goals had to pass the Mariana test. One time, I told her I was trying to curse less to be more ladylike, and her immediate response was, ew, LOL, girl, please. Is there someone brainwashing you? Classic Mariana, honest, hilarious, and always pushing me to be the most unapologetically myself. That's what her friendship has been, grounding, generous, and never sugar-coated. She always told me Iowa was too small for me, and when I finally moved to Chicago, she was right. She's always seen the bigger picture for me, even when I couldn't see it myself. When my home burned to the ground, the very first person I called was Mariana. Not because I thought she'd have all the answers, but because I knew she'd know what to do when I couldn't even think. And of course, within a couple hours, she had already started an extensive inventory list when I was still trying to process what had even happened. That's who she is, steady, smart, thoughtful, clear-headed, and quietly heroic in the moments when it matters most. She's everything I've ever hoped and prayed for in a best friend. And on top of all of that, it's pretty convenient having a personal doctor in your corner. With any slight ailment, questionable bump, or WebMD spiral, I can shoot her a text, and 9 times out of 10, she figures it out. It's like having a best friend and medical concierge in one. When Mariana first moved to Madison, she was in her single era, thriving, focused on med school, and fully committed to having fun without taking anything or anyone too seriously. But that era didn't last long, because then Joseph happened. And because of Joseph, I got to meet my best friend all over again. This time, I met Mariana for who she was always meant to be. With Joseph, she softened in the most beautiful way, not losing any of her fire, but adding this new kind of ease. It was like watching her step into a fuller version of herself, and it was so special to witness that. Joseph is outgoing, charismatic, funny, as smart, and just as headstrong as Mariana, which became hilariously clear the day I watched them cook together. They got into a full-on debate over what constituted a medium-sized garlic clove. And I mean, it was a serious debate, guys. they turned to the one voice they could both agree on, Alexa. And in that moment, over something as small as garlic, I realized she had met her match. Someone who challenges her, keeps her on her toes, makes her laugh, and meets her exactly where she is. That was what makes their love so special. It's not just beautiful, it's balanced. It's built on humor, honesty, mutual respect, and the kind of partnership that pushes each person to grow. Not by changing who they are, but by becoming of who they're meant to be. So tonight, I'm not just celebrating my best friend getting married, I'm celebrating the fact that she found someone who sees everything in her that I do and more. So let's raise our glass. To Mariana and Joseph, may your life be full of laughter, happiness, and joy.
Ladies and gentlemen,